throw it now because it's wide open. The other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one.
Now look at 56. Leopard. Set. 319. 319. Now look at 56.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive for them here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And now this offensive unit, we get a look at their starters. They put up good numbers last week, looking to carry that forward.
Yeah, Brandon, they saw the numbers from last week. They expect to at least replicate them. They think that they can put up bigger numbers this week. They are a confident bunch.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They run the counter now on 1st down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Here we go now.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go now. Green, 30.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings have taken a 1st quarter lead. So we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
When you say the name Richard Sherman, you get a wide variety of reactions. All I know is that when I watch him play, very few false steps, an excellent understanding of what offenses are trying to do.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Watch him now, Barney. Over.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Detroit.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Going far off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks, so you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker. And on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
Green, 39.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll try the air now with Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The 20, and he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's complete right around the 8. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And the seemingly endless drive continues.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop him from the 1 back to the 2. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And his throw is incomplete. Now third down, less than a yard. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Here we go now, Barney. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So 2nd and 10 here.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Over. Watch it now, Barney.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is gone. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Vikings Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They come up in an offset eye. On second down, it's Bell. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They come out here in the eye. Looking to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Their dangerous wide receiver with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Now let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
Now Goff on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on third. And taken right on the 30. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Here we go now. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Now the ball comes loose, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Rolling to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. Now, that player is able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the deep.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out here in the eye. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. And now out comes Minnesota. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
That's fielded in the end zone. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaking up down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's got room. A little track jump. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Goff looking to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Now, check. Patriot. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Now let's go. 3, 9, watching that Barney. Watching that Barney. Now let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to look deep down the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Now, check.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And the offense facing a 3rd and 6.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And the ball is knocked out, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 3 yards to go here on second down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Their dangerous wide receiver with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. And he'll bang that one through. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
They go back to the air here after the INT. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Let's go. No, check.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When you see a big-time run to the outside, it always comes back to setting the edge, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and they were perfect in setting the edge there.
And the funny part is, both sides of the ball talk about it. The offense has to set the edge so you can get outside. The defense wants to set the edge to control things so they can kick the run back inside.
Offense wins there.
Offense won big. And
he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But it was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Gone. Wide open receiver, complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about
that, he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season, and the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Well for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2.
All right, now look at 56.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll look to throw now on first down. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. So the chains are on their sides. It's 1st and goal from the 6. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Here we go now. Barney now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. The true. Here we go. The true 90. Blue 90. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
up to throw on 3rd and goal. Buying time, feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Charles Tapper able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Detroit!
They'll try the air now with Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They'll come out in the pistol. Throwing on 3rd. Goff eluding the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Now let's go.
Time running out here on the play clock. Goff. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, Cowboys. Their big tight end. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here. And now the Cowboys are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. Goff looking to throw. And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And a nice little pass and catch there on the corner route.
Set up very well by the receiver with a head and shoulder fake inside before he comes back downhill to his quarterback.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables. Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. They'll look to throw here. He's going to let it go again. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down. Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Do a little pounding. Chew up some clock. If they can get it in, that might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
And they'll run it here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
They don't get in, but the clock keeps moving. So, Brandon, it might actually be to their benefit if it takes them a few plays to actually get it in the end zone.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And now it's second and goal. And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and just like that, it's third down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Looking to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it would appear the Cowboys are going to win this football game. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Second down following the run.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed. Good.
Goff going to throw it. His pass caught at the 4. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong.